Hello, kids, and welcome to my channel, The Curious Panda. I'm your panda teacher, and in this video, we are going to start our preparation for the IGKO, that is the International General Knowledge Olympiad. And the thing with general knowledge is that it requires a continuous learning process. It cannot be that there is a book that you read the book and you are prepared for the examination, or if you practice like hundred of questions and you are prepared for the examination. The overall breadth of knowledge that is required is vast, and never ever can you be completely prepared for the examination. So it requires a continuous effort to know, to learn, and to understand what is going on in the world, right? So today in this video, we are going to start our preparation with our first video, that is on Prime Ministers of India. We have seen that we get quite a few number of questions on prime ministers, on who have been and who are the leaders of the country that have been there since our independence. Similarly, I have also made a video on presidents of India, and that is a video that I've made exclusively for my channel members. So if you want to watch that video, you have to become a member of my channel. I'm trying to make a community of learners wherein I would post a lot of these GK current affair topics. I would post fun maths, crossword puzzles, and many more such things, so that it becomes a holistic learning effort for a lot of kids between class 1 to class 5. So if you fall in that bracket and you're interested to be a part of that community, come join it, and we will have fun learning. Okay, so let me start this video by asking you 4 to 5 questions on this topic, that is Prime Ministers of India. And the whole idea of asking this question at the beginning is to understand where do you already stand in terms of knowledge in this specific topic, right? So I would just want to understand how much do you already know. So I will not give you the answers to these questions right away. What I would request you to do is, once I take you through these questions, go to the comment section and put all the answers in the comment section. And at the end of the video, when I give you the answers of these questions, you will be able to learn, or you will be able to anyway check by yourself how many of these questions did you already get correct, right? If you get all of these correct, so that means that you had a fairly good knowledge on this topic beforehand, right? So the question number one is, which prime minister has served the longest term in office? So this is one of the previous year question paper for class 3 or 4. I don't remember, but the question is, which Prime Minister of India has served the longest term in office? Is it A. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, B. Indira Gandhi, C. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, or D. Narendra Modi? Right? So, which Prime Minister has served the longest term in office? Now, go to the comment section and put up your answer. Second, which Prime Minister was the youngest to assume office? That means which Prime Minister actually became prime minister at the youngest age? Was it A. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, B. Indira Gandhi, C. Inder Kumar Gujral, or D. Rajiv Gandhi? Right. Question number three. Whose birthday is celebrated as Children's Day? Something I'm sure you will already be knowing. So, question number three, options are A. Lal Bahadur Shastri, B. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Indira Gandhi, D. Narendra Modi. Again, go to the comment section and put up your answer, and I will then know whether you got it correct or not. Question number four. Which prime minister served as acting prime minister twice? So, who among these have actually served the post of acting prime minister twice? Is it A. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, B. Indira Gandhi, C. Inder Kumar Gujral, or D. Gulzari Lal Nanda? Question number five. Where does the Prime Minister work from? So this is another question that is a previous year question, right? So where does the Prime Minister work from? Is it A. Mumbai, B. New Delhi, C. Bengaluru, or D. Kolkata, right? So these are the five questions. Go to the comment section. Let me know what the correct answers are. And now let's dive and understand who is a prime minister and what are his work, where, how is he chosen, and why is prime minister important. And we'll dive into the topic. So who is the prime minister? The prime minister is the leader of our country, right? He's not the head of the country, but he's the leader of the country. Now, who is the head of the country? Head of the country is President of India. Now, again, I have made a video on President of India as well. If you want to watch that video, you'll have to be a part of our community member. And to do that, you can go to the YouTube page or my page and be a part of the community, right? So prime minister is the leader of the country and he or she helps run India and makes important decisions for the people, right? So he is the chosen leader of the people, like he has been chosen by the people and for the people, and he on behalf of us, the people of India, take important decisions and helps in running country, right? Where does the prime minister work? Now, the Prime Minister is based out of New Delhi and he works from New Delhi, right? What does the Prime Minister do? Right? So, what does the Prime Minister do? Prime Minister leads the government. So, the government that we have created, the the very people, the like people like me and you or your father, your mom, we all have voted to create few leaders from all our own area, on from our state, from our cities, and these leaders they go and represent us, and he, the prime minister, being the leader of those leaders, he is the one who leads the government. He also helps in making laws that are beneficial to you and me. Third, works for the progress of India. So he helps India to progress, and that's how the whole society, who everyone, each and every one of us also progresses, right? And he also represents India in other countries. So in many other countries, he goes and represents India in behalf of all of us, right? All of us people of India. So Prime Minister is chosen by us, so we are a democracy. So what I'm just writing it over here. We are a democracy. Nothing that you need to learn or by heart about this. So democracy means that here the government is chosen by the people for the people. So we choose our government, we choose our leaders, we choose our prime minister, and in democracy, so we choose who our leader is going to be. So this is by the people and for the people, in the sense these leaders then go ahead and and represent us everywhere. So it is for the people. They help us progress, they help us, the people of India, grow, right? Now, how is the prime minister chosen? The prime minister is chosen after elections where people of India vote, right? So people of India, when they vote, that is how prime ministers are chosen. Why is prime minister India? Because the prime minister works to make India safe, strong, and happy for everyone. So prime minister and current prime minister, that is Narendra Modi, what he does, he helps India make safe, strong, and happy for everyone. One fun fact is the Prime Minister addresses the nation on important days like Independence Day and Republic Day. From in on Republic Day, he addresses the nation. He actually makes a speech to the nation. From where? From the Red Fort. So remember this, because this is a question that is very quite often asked. So from where does Prime Minister actually give a speech from on Republic Day? He gives it from the Red Fort that is there in New Delhi. Okay, so I hope you would remember that and you have understood what the Prime Minister of India is and what he does, where he works from, etc., etc. Right? So he's the leader. He or she is the leader of our country. We are a democracy. We choose our own leaders. Those leaders go sit in New Delhi and they take decisions on behalf of ourselves, and they represent us, the people of India, in foreign countries as well, right? So I hope we I have given you an understanding of who is our prime minister and what he does, right? Now, some fun fact that I would want to give: Prime Ministers of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of both Dominion of India and Republic of India, right? So, this is a trick question. So, who was the first Prime Minister of Dominion of India? That's Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And for Republic of India is Jawaharlal Nehru as well. Now, what is Dominion of India? You would ask, what is Dominion of India? What is Republic of India? So, Dominion of India is when we got independence, that is on 15th August 1947. I hope you already knew that we got independent on 15th August 1947. So, that is why every 15th August we celebrate Independence Day, right? So, after that, even though we were independent, still the head of the country used to sit out of Britain, right? From Britain or British. He was a Britisher, and he used to run the country still, right? So that is why we were Dominion of India. Now, when we became republic, when we had our own constitution written and adopted, that was on 26th January 1950, right? And that is why we celebrate 26th January as what? As Republic Day, right? So when do we celebrate Independence Day? Is 15th August every year, right? And Republic Day is celebrated on what day? It's on 26th January, correct? Okay. So in 15th August, why do we celebrate 15th? What do we celebrate on 15th? Independence Day. That is when the Britishers left India and they gave the country to us to manage, but still the head of the country was sitting out of Britain, and that is why we were Dominion of India. He was the one who was giving us rules and others to actually run the country. On 26th January 1950, we adopted our Constitution of India and we became a republic, right? So the book, the Constitution of India, actually now runs our country. It tells us how do we run the country, and that Constitution was adopted on 26th January 1950, and that is when India became a republic, and that is why we celebrate Republic Day on 26th January. I hope you are you hope you get this one right. Our current Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the 15th Prime Minister of India since May 2014. He has been in office since May 2014, but he's the 15th Prime Minister. So since 1947, 47, so this is 2026. So from 1947 to 2026, we have had 15 different prime ministers, right? And who is the 15th prime minister of India? It is Mr. Narendra Modi. So remember that, right? So in sometimes you do get this question that who is the 15th prime minister of India, or which number prime minister is Mr. Narendra Modi? So that is 15th, right? So hopefully till now I am clear and the video is interesting, right? So now at least you know what is Dominion of India, what is Republic of India, when do we celebrate Independence Day, why do we celebrate Independence Day, when do we celebrate Republic Day, and why do we celebrate Republic Day, right? Hopefully that is clear. Next, let's understand who have been our leaders and try to understand what has been the timeline of these leaders, how many years they have been the leader of our country and have represented us. So who was the first prime minister of India? Please go to the comment section and let me know the answer. The first prime minister of India was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, right? So we'll go to details of our understanding each prime minister in the next slides, but for this one, just let's just try and understand who have been our the leaders of our country. So from 1947 to 1964, it was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru who was the Prime Minister of India. In 1964, what happened? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru passed away. So when he passed away or when he died, it was Gulzari Lal Nanda. Gulzari Lal Nanda, he became king prime minister because again, people will go out, vote. So after voting, people will then choose their prime minister. It takes time, and because suddenly Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru passed away, so that is why just to just to fill up that gap, Gulzari Lal Nanda was chosen as the acting prime minister for a few days. After that, Lal Bahadur Shastri was chosen as our prime minister, right? So he was the second prime minister of India, right? Then again in 1966, Lal Bahadur Shastri passed away, and Gulzari Lal Nanda again took office as acting prime minister, and again there was elections, and after election, Indira Gandhi won the election, and then she became the prime minister. She was the first female prime minister of India. Now, Indira Gandhi was the daughter of whom? Right? Who was the father of Miss Indira Gandhi? Just go to the comment section and let me know the correct answer of this. Right. So I hope you have done that. You have gone to this comment section and answered the question. Who was the father of Indira Gandhi? And the father of Indira Gandhi was Mahatma Gandhi, right? No. So, father of Indira Gandhi was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, Indira Gandhi was the daughter of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, she took over office as Prime Minister in 1966, and she was the leader of the country till 1977. So in 1977, Indira Gandhi lost her power, and it was Janata Dal. I mean, it's a different party. So Indira Gandhi was from Indian National Congress. Lal Bahadur Shastri was also from Indian National Congress, and Jawaharlal Nehru was also from the Congress party. Right. So in 1977, she lost the election, and Morarji Desai became the Prime Minister of India, right, in 1977. But the government did not last for long, and the government then he had to quit his office, and Charan Singh became the Prime Minister in 1979. But again, he couldn't stay there for long as well. The government got dissolved, and that is why in 1980 Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. So why Morarji Desai or Charan Singh were prime ministers for 2 years or 1 year, it is not important for you to know at this point of time. You will know that in your later classes, as into how the system works, and how a party remains in power, or that party loses power. Something that you will learn in your future classes. But for now, it's just important to understand that in 1977 79, Morarji Desai and Charan Singh were the prime ministers of India. Post that, again, Indira Gandhi became the prime minister of India, and she was the prime minister till 1984. Now, in 1984, she passed away, and Rajiv Gandhi is son of Indira Gandhi, right, and grandson of whom? Again, grandson of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, right? So Rajiv Gandhi, who is son of Indira Gandhi and grandson of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, took office and became the Prime Minister of India. And in 1989, again, after 5 years, he lost the election. By the way, each Prime Minister is elected for 5 years, and after every 5 years, there is a voting, there is an election conducted, and in election, people of India vote and then either re-elect the same Prime Minister, or they would they would appoint someone else or a different person as the prime minister, right? So in 1984, Rajiv Gandhi was the prime minister, but in 1989, VP Singh became the prime minister of India. But again, VP Singh couldn't stay for long. Again, you don't need to know why, and why was he just there for 1 year. So in 1990, Chandrasekhar became the prime minister. In 1991, again, PV Narasimha Rao became the prime minister of India. So from 1977 to 1991, these 14 years were very turbulent years, right? This is called a political instability, right? This was year where India was politically unstable. It's unstable. Sorry, unstable. Is it important to become stable, political stable? Yes, of course, it is important. Why and all, again, you don't need to know at this point of time. So this was the time when, India went through a very politically unstable phase from 1977 to almost like 2004 or 1998. Till then, we were in a very political unstable scenario, but post that, again, we have been in a very politically stable scenario, right? Now, till in 1991, PV Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India, and he was the one who opened India to the world. He gave something called economic liberalization, in the sense he opened Indian markets to foreign markets, and that is how you see, these foreign companies coming into India and selling their products, right? So PV Narasimha Rao opened up the market, and that is when India actually started growing as a country, right? So in 1996, then Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he became prime minister again for a very few days. Then HD Devagowda became the prime minister in 1996 again. 1997, in the Kumar Gujral became prime minister again. The government did not stay for long, and in 1998, Atal Bihari Vajpayee again became the prime minister. And since then, we have seen a more political, stable environment. And from 1998 to 2004, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of India. In 2004, Dr. Manmohan Singh, again from Indian National Congress, won the election, and he became the Prime Minister. Right, from 2004 to 2014, he was the Prime Minister, and since 2014, right, I'm sure you all know his name. Narendra Modi became the prime minister, right? So we saw some politically stable phases to some politically unstable phases, right? So important things to learn over here is that we have had 15 different prime ministers, right? Every prime minister gets how many years in office? 5 years in office. Very important to know. Every prime minister gets 5 years in office. After 5 years, he again goes for voting. People in of India choose their prime minister again. They can re-elect the same prime minister, or they choose a different prime minister in the next election, right? So we have had 15 different prime ministers. So we have had only one female prime minister. She is the first and the only female prime minister is Indira Gandhi. The longest serving prime minister till today, and that was a question there, has been Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, right? From 1947 to 1964. The second longest is Indira Gandhi. She has been there. She assumed office in 1966 to 1977, that is 11 years, plus from 1980 to 1984, almost another 4 years. So almost 15 years she was in the office. And now Narendra Modi, he was in office. He assumed office in 2014, and it's 2026. So last 12 years he has been in office. So he's the third largest or third highest in terms of days or number or duration in which he has been prime minister or the leader of the country. So I hope you have grasped something new in this, and you have at least remembered few of the important names that would come in the examination, important pointers that would come in the examination, right? Let's now go to next page and understand or know a little more about our leaders, right? So, 1947, again, who was the Prime Minister of India? It was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, he became the Prime Minister of Dominion of India first in on 15th August 1947, and on 26th January 1950, when India became republic, then he became the first Prime Minister of the Republic of India as well, right? So he was in office for 16 years and 286 days from August 1947 to May 1964. So he was the first Prime Minister of India. He's still the longest serving Prime Minister of India till date. He loved children very much, and therefore his birthday on 14th November is celebrated as what? Is celebrated as Children's Day. I hope so. When we were kids, we used to get a lot of chocolates and all in school. I hope this culture is still going on, and we used to celebrate Children's Day in school as well. I hope you guys do celebrate that as well. Children lovingly called him what? Children lovingly called him Chacha Nehru, right? Again, something that is important. There have been questions that comes on this on who is called as Chacha Nehru or who is called lovingly called as Chacha Nehru by kids. It was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He helped set up top research institutions and engineering colleges such as IITs. So you would have already heard about IITs, Indian Institute of Technologies. So that was set up and conceptualized by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Atomic Energy Commissions, AIMS is another hospital plus medical college. Indian Statistical Institute, etc. So a lot of these colleges and universities that are the best colleges today that you see in India have been set up by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He believed a lot on the of the country, and it's the same now as well. The kids or the children of this country are the future, right? And he had a lot of belief in the future of the country, and that is why he focused a lot on education, and he thought education is the only way that can make India grow, right? And that is why it is very important that you kids do study and help his dream to be fulfilled, right? He always wore a red rose. So in his coats, you can see red rose here. He always wore red rose on his coat. So Jawaharlal Nehru was prime minister when India first became free as dominion and later when it became a republic with its own constitution that we have already discussed. He was a lawyer by profession, and his speech, that is Tryst with Destiny, it is a speech that he gave on 15th August 1947 at midnight. He gave a speech called Tryst with Destiny, and that famous speech is something that comes a lot in the examination, that who gave that speech, right? Tryst with Destiny, or what that speech is called. It is called as Tryst with Destiny. I hope you remember this one, and that is a very famous speech, and it was given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on the night when India became free, inspiring the nation to begin a new journey of hope and freedom. I hope we are clear. So, few important pointers. So, whose birthday is celebrated as Children's Day? It is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's. On which day is it celebrated? It is 14th November. We call children called him Chacha Nehru lovingly. That's very important. He's the longest serving Prime Minister of India till date, and his speech that he gave on 15th August 1947 midnight is called Tryst with Destiny. So these are some important points that you should remember, and also the kind of institution, the kind of work that he has done for colleges, universities that would shape the future of this country is also very, very important. The next is Gulzari Lal Nanda. He served as acting prime minister twice. So this is another question that comes: who served as acting prime minister of India twice? So it was Gulzari Lal Nanda who did for 13 days, two times, right? Both the times the sitting prime minister, first Jawaharlal Nehru and then Lal Bahadur Shastri, both passed away while being in office, and that is why Gulzari Lal Nanda came in and filled up the space for few days, right? So that is why he served as acting prime minister twice, both for 13 days, right? He was also important member in freedom struggle, so he took part in freedom struggle, who believed in Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of truth and non-violence, not very important. Gulzarilal Nanda served as India's labor minister as well. So from 1957 to 1967, playing an important role in improving conditions of workers, right? Again, not important to learn or understand or by heart. Just understand that his contribution to for improving the lives of laborers and workers is something that he should be remembered for. But yeah, in for examination, if you ask, is just one pointer that is important, is that who has acted as Prime Minister of India, acting, sorry, who has served as acting Prime Minister of India twice, both for 13 days. That was Gulzari Lal Nanda. Lal Bahadur Shastri, he was the second Prime Minister of India. Gulzari Lal Nanda was an acting prime minister. He was the second prime minister, and he was born in a poor family. He faced many difficulties, but believed that hard work and honesty can change lives. Right? These are some pointers about them. You don't may not remember, whether who was the. So no one is going to ask you who was the prime minister who was born in a poor family. No one is going to ask you that. But yeah, he was the second prime minister of India. Is very important. And what's again important is the slogan that he gave is Jai Jawan, Jai Kishan. He led India during difficult times, including war and food shortage. So, in his tenure in 1965, India went to a war, right? And who fights a war? It's the soldiers, right? The soldiers, they fought a war in 1965. Not important what war it was, and etc. etc. But soldiers in Hindi is called Jawan, right? So that is why he said Jai Jawan, right? Also, in his tenure, India was going through a very difficult phase because India was not able to make enough food to be consumed in the country itself, right? They were importing a lot of food grains from outside, and they were not making enough food for themselves. And that is why he gave the slogan for Jai Kishan, because that is when the green revolution, or again we'll come to green revolution, but that is when he started empowering the farmers, and that is why he gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, right? So who gives us food? It is the farmers, and farmers in Hindi is what they are called, kisan, right? So two important group of people were very important when he was the prime minister. That is, those were Jawan, that is the soldiers of India, and they were fighting a war, and Kisan, that is the farmers. They were working really hard to make food enough for the country, and that is why he gave the slogan Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. Lal Bahadur Shastri supported farmers and dairy cooperatives, laying the foundation for the Green Revolution and White Revolution in 1970. So we'll come to Green Revolution and White Revolution. So Green Revolution was started by Lal Bahadur Shastri, and it was then completed by Indira Gandhi. So we'll come to that. And White Revolution was again started by Indira Gandhi and was then completed later, or not completed, but it was the main major steps were taken in 1980s and 1990s, right? What's important over here is two things. One is who is the second Prime Minister of India, and that was Lal Bahadur Shastri. And who gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan? It was Lal Bahadur Shastri. So two things to remember for the examination. Other than that, it is important for you to know about the leader. The leader was born in a poor family. He went through difficulties, but still had managed through his hard work to become the Prime Minister of India, and that to lead the country at a very time. After Lal Bahadur Shastri passed away, Gulzari Lal Nanda again took office for few days. We have already seen that. And then Indira Gandhi became the Prime Minister of India. She was the first woman Prime Minister of India, and she was called the Iron Lady of India. So this is another pointer that is being that is asked a lot many times, right? So first women Prime Minister is again asked. So these two pointers are very, very important, right? She was the daughter of Jawaharlal Nehru. We have already discussed that. India was facing food shortages when she became prime minister. She supported Green Revolution. Green Revolution is what? So, Green Revolution focused on food sufficiency, or again, I think a bit difficult word, but a lot of things were pushed from the government end in terms of, aiding or helping the farmers to become self-sufficient and to grow enough food or grains of in enough rice and wheat in India, so that we do not depend upon other countries, and which made our country self-sufficient in food grains. She also launched White Revolution in 1970. White Revolution is nothing but this is the revolution for milk, right? Here it is for food grains and vegetables and all that. And this was for milk. Although the father of white revolution, again, not very important, but Mr. M.S. Swaminathan is called as the father of green revolution, and Dr. Verghese Kurian is called as the father of white revolution, right? So these are the two things that the two people that you should also know about. She nationalized all big banks so as to help farmers and poor people. She gave the slogan Garibi Hatao, meaning eradicate poverty. So she wanted to remove poverty, and that is why she gave this slogan Garibi Hatao. So that's another question that might come. I have not seen any question on this, that who gave that slogan. But important pointers over here are who is the first prime minister, women prime minister of India, and who is called as Iron Lady of India, right? So post Indira Gandhi's first tenure, Indira Gandhi lost the election in 1977, and then Morarji Desai became the Prime Minister of India, and he was in office but for 2 years and 126 days. So he was the first Indian Prime Minister who did not belong to the Congress party, right? Well, now Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, they were a part of Congress. But Morarji Desai was the first person who was not part of Congress party, and he was from the Janata Party, right? He was the oldest prime minister to hold office in India at age 81. So at age 81, he was the oldest prime minister to hold the office. He also took part in India's freedom movement. He restored democracy back to India after emergency. So India went through an emergency period from 1975 to 1977 when Indira Gandhi was the prime minister. Not very important for lower classes to know this, but for class 4, class 5, it is important that there was an emergency situation under Indira Gandhi, that is important, and it was between 1975 to 1977. And post that, Morarji Desai came in and he restored the country, he restored democracy back into the country. So this itself is important for class 4, class 5 students, but apart from that, for class 1, 2, 3, it is not important. And what happened in emergency, why emergency happened, again, not important for you guys to know right now. In later classes you will learn about it. He lived a very simple life with self discipline and good habits. He believed in honest and clean governance, right? He believed in honest and clean governance, and he lived a very self discipline and life with good habits, right? So, for class 1, 2, 3 students, a lot of these you may or may not understand. That's fine. Just just understand, just be listen to it. Whatever you understand, whatever you can grasp, and what pointers I am telling you again and again to to understand those things, if you keep in your mind, I think that's more than enough. So what are the things that we should take away from this slide is who was the first prime minister of India who was not from the Congress party. It was Morarji Desai. He was from the Janata Party, and he held the office at the age of 81, that is, as he was the oldest prime minister to take the office, right? So these are the two things that you should remember. So after Morarji Desai, Charan Singh took office in 1979, and he was from Janata Party, secular, as secular here, right? And he was there for very brief amount of time, that is just 170 days. For 170 days he became the prime minister. He served as deputy prime minister for a brief amount of time as well. So when Morarji Desai was prime minister, he served as deputy prime minister, and he was the prime minister of India for small time as well. He is widely regarded as a champion of farmers, dedicated to advocating for the well-being and rights for farmers. He's known for his land and agricultural reform initiatives. So, not very important because Charan Singh was prime minister for a very small time, so not a lot of question comes, and that is why I've not put in a lot of points as well. But because he was not in office for long, and he could not do a lot of things. Not that as a human being or as a person he's not important. He has done a lot for the country. He was the one uh, who helped farmers a lot. He did bring in laws and reforms and policies that helped the farmers, right, in terms of land, agriculture, etc. But na if there are other pointers to remember in this a lot, no. So that is something that I would tell you. Then after Charan Singh left office in 1979. In 1980, Indira Gandhi again became the prime minister. She was re-elected as prime minister, but in 1984, she unfortunately passed away. And then her son, that is Rajiv Gandhi, he became the prime minister of India. Till date, he is the one who had the biggest victory in Indian elections, right? He served as the sixth Prime Minister of India. He's the son of ex-PM Mrs. Indira Gandhi and grandson of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru. He served as the youngest Prime Minister of India at age 40. So, who has served as the youngest Prime Minister of India till date? It was Rajiv Gandhi at just age 40. Apart from being a politician, he was a pilot by profession. So, he was a airplane pilot by profession, and he became the Prime Minister of India at age 40. He encouraged youth to take up science and technology. So he was an advocate of science and technology, and he was the one who helped India to get computers. At that point of time, no, India did not have a computers. He was the one who brought in computers to India. So that's a very good contribution that he has for India, that he brought in computers and technology to India. So important factors here are he's the sixth prime minister. He is the son of Mrs. Indira Gandhi and grandson of Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, and he's the youngest prime minister to take office at age 40. Right? So Rajiv Gandhi was in office from 1984 to 1989, 5 years, after which it was VP Singh who became the seventh Prime Minister of India. Again, he could not complete 1 year, almost 1 year he was in the office. He was the one who worked for equality and social justice. It's important in later class, probably seventh, eighth, ninth, 10. I think it will be important. For now, it is not that important to learn a lot on Mr. VP Singh. But yeah, there are a lot of contribution that a lot of legacy that we still carry that was given by VP Singh. So you will learn that in a later class. And but just remember, VP Singh was the Prime Minister of India. He was the seventh Prime Minister of India, and he worked for equality and social justice. Right. So he was Prime Minister for almost like a year, and then became Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar became prime minister. Again, he couldn't stay for a year. He became prime minister for just 223 days. So he was the eighth prime minister. So this will be eighth. He was the eighth prime minister of India. He was known as Jananayak. Jananayak is he is the hero of the people for his love for people. According to him, a leader must be connected to his people, right? He traveled across India on foot. So he was the first one to do that during Bharat Yatra. So he did a Bharat Yatra. He walked the whole country and India on foot, and was very close to people and understood people's problem. Right? He became prime minister with the least number of seats. So he became prime minister with least number of seats and with outside support from Congress. He became Prime Minister of India at a very difficult time, and with less number of ministers. He had to resign within a year, right? So he had the least ministers, so that is why he had to resign early. Again, not important for you, but Chandrasekhar again assumed office in 1990 is important, and he was in office for less than 1 year. He was called as Jananayak as well because for his love for people's problem, understanding people's problems, and finding out solutions to that, and that is why he is remembered, right? Then in 1991, PV Narasimha Rao became the Prime Minister of India, and under his watch, he changed India a lot because he opened India to the world. Now, what happened with India opening to the world? What happened that India started growing really, really fast, right? So the India that you see today, with a lot of these things, with a lot of foreign companies coming and investing, and you find a lot of foreign products in India, it's only because Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao opened Indian economy, and that is how we started growing, right? IT, information technology, came to India only because of P.V. Narasimha Rao, right? He was the first from South India to be the Prime Minister of India. So from South India, he was the first person to be Prime Minister. When he became Prime Minister, India faced a serious money and economic crisis. Yeah, so when he became the Prime Minister, India was going through a very bad economic phase. India's economy was not doing good. Uh, Again, economy not very important for you guys to understand, but he helped change India's economy and make it stronger. He opened India's economy to the world, which helped in what? It created new jobs, grew businesses, and improve industries. And that is why the changed India that you see today is because of P.V. Narasimha Rao. Now, fun fact, when P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister, who was the Finance Minister who brought all these changes? Right? All these changes was brought by Finance Minister, right? Because it is related to economy. So these are the things that even class one students should know: who is the Finance Minister of India currently, who is the Finance Minister, who is the Defense Minister. These questions still come, right? And at that point of time, who was the finance minister? It was Dr. Manmohan Singh was the finance minister. So Dr. Manmohan Singh and PV Narasimha Rao together brought or opened India's economy, and that is why you see so much of you see so much of so many of jobs that are there in India. So many businesses doing very well in India. It was only because of these two gentlemen, right? So what is important? Who helped India opening up? That is, in crude terms, it is called as economic liberalization. For class 4 and 5 students, it's important to know that the opening of India to the world is called economic liberalization, right? Uh, Just understand this, and it was done by P.V. Narasimha Rao. So that's his biggest contribution to India, right? So after PV Narasimha Rao, when he after his 5 years, in 1996 to 1998, again it was a turbulent period for India. So first, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the prime minister for just 13 days. Then HD Devegowda came in; he became prime minister for a few days, not even a year. Then Inder Kumar Gujral. So Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, then HD Devegowda, and then Inder Kumar Gujral. They all stayed in Prime Minister position for a very short period of time. But in 1998, again, Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister, right? So Mr. Vajpayee became India's Prime Minister three times, who believed in good governance, nationalism, and development, right? So three times he became Prime Minister. So once here for 13 days, and then twice here. So he won two election, one in 1998 and another one, I think, 1999, right? His birthday on 25th December. 25th December is celebrated as what? Just go to the comment section and let me know. So now in India we celebrate it as Good Governance Day, but it is the birthday of someone else as well. Just go to the comment section and let me know, what do we celebrate on 25th December. He was an excellent speaker, writer, and poet. So you should actually go to YouTube and listen to one of his speeches. He was an excellent, excellent, excellent speaker. He was an excellent writer and a very nice poet as well. You can go to YouTube and listen to few of his speeches, poems, etc. He made India stronger with Pokhran nuclear test. Not very important for lower classes, but yeah, For higher classes, again 4 and 5, Pokhran nuclear test was done in 1998, and India became stronger after that. He started a bus service between India and Pakistan. He believed in closer ties, peaceful relationship between neighbors, and that is why he started a bus service, and he himself traveled in that bus from India to Pakistan, and he tried to make relationship between India and Pakistan better. While making India strong, he believed in peace and worked to improve relations with neighboring country. He pushed big infrastructure projects. So he pushed a lot of infrastructure projects like highways, roads, etc. being developed under his watch. So a lot of these roads and highways were developed when Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the Prime Minister of India, right? So it's important to know about Atal Bihari Vajpayee. HD Devagowda, not very important as he was not in office for long, and that is why there are not a lot of contribution in terms of a prime minister that we can talk about. But he again was the prime minister when there were a lot of political instability going on. Currently, he's a part of Janta Dal Secular, which is a regional political party from Karnataka, right? And they are doing fairly well as well, right? He was from a farming background, and he has done a lot of work for farmers, right? So that is about H.D. Devagowda. Then Inder Kumar Gujral, again, he became the prime minister, but that was also very short-lived, just for 332 days. Nothing that would come in examination, and is that you should know about his tenure, was just knowing that Inder Kumar Gujral was the Prime Minister of India as well. There's one thing that is important is that he created set of principles. So what these principles is ideas. There are some ideas that how India should maintain peaceful relation, because he was a diplomat, right? Prior to being a prime minister, he was a diplomat. He used to go to other countries, and he helped India to have good relation with other countries, right? So that is the work of a diplomat, to help our country maintain good relation with other countries. So he, because of his experience, he created a set of rules and ideas which India can use to India can follow to have good relationship with neighbors, and that idea is called as Gujarat doctrine, right? It is called as Gujarat doctrine. Again, important for higher classes, not important for lower classes, right? And he wanted to have peace with neighborhood. But yeah, he was prime minister for just 332 days. Now, after Indra Kumar Gujral, after his tenure, it was Atal Bihari Vajpayee who took office. We have already learnt about him, so we are not again going to talk about him. From 1998 to 2004, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was in office, and since then we have seen a good amount of stability. In 2004 uh, and 2009 election, both election was won by whom? By Dr. Manmohan Singh, and he became the Prime Minister of India, and he was in office for 10 years, right? So he was the first Sikh Prime Minister of India, and he was from Indian National Congress. He was also the first Prime Minister since Nehru to be reappointed after completing a full 5-year term, right? So after Nehru, he was the only one who stayed for 5 years and then was re-elected, right? Now, Narendra Modi ji is also, he has been re-elected twice. So after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the one who actually was re-elected twice? It is Narendra Modi, right? And but for the first prime minister to be re-elected after or reappointed after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is Dr. Manmohan Singh, and we have already discussed this that he was a finance minister in PV Narasimha Rao government and played a very important role in opening up Indian economy. He helped India to grow and become stable. He supported new businesses, generate jobs, pushed development, and started new policies. to help the poor. He believed peace and friendship with other countries. So he maintained good relation with other countries, and he also supported India's businesses and also generated a lot of jobs, right? So Dr. Manmohan Singh was prime minister for 10 years, and now you know this him very well. Now Narendra Modi is the 14th Prime Minister of India. Sorry, India has 14 Prime Minister, not 15. So he is the 14th Prime Minister of India, currently holding office since 2014. He is from Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP. His focus since 2014 has been in development and growth. He started a lot of things, right? Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is what? It is to maintain cleanliness. So it is important to know what Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is to maintain cleanliness, to keep India clean and healthy. He also started Digital India so that India adopts digital or adopts the technology, digital technology, and become more efficient, right? So that is another thing that he did. He pushed a lot on Atmanirbhar Bharat. What is Atmanirbhar Bharat? He pushed that people should push for local products and should manufacture products locally rather than importing a lot from outside. Why? Because he said he believed that Indians to buy Indian made goods so that India does not depend on the world, so that India does not depend on world. And he helped put yoga, so Indian technology, in the world forum. So UPI is something that you would have already seen and heard, right? The QR code that you scan to make payment. So that's the Indian technology, and he helped put those technology, and also yoga, which is again from India. He helped put those in internationally for people to be adopted, and now in people know yoga as something that was started and practiced a lot in India. So that's about Narendra Modi, and he's still the Prime Minister of India. So a few pointers about each Prime Minister that have assumed office, at least the important points, so that whenever such question comes, you will be able to answer, right? So this is a chart again, just for your reference. Just look into this chart, and this gives you who were the prime minister for how long, and just just try and remember this chart. At least we should know the leaders that have been there since 1947 for in this country, and we should remember for their work, right? So that is very, very important. Okay, so before going okay, so let's now solve the questions that I had asked earlier, and few more questions as well on this topic. But before going ahead, I just one reminder that I have already posted a video on President of India as well, a similar video. If you want to watch that video, you will have to become a member of the channel. That is an exclusive video for my community. I'm trying to make a community of learners of between for students between 1 to 5. If you want to be a part of that, you can click on the join button, and I will bring a lot of fun math, current affairs, logical reasoning, data interpretation questions, and that would really help you grow and do well in the examinations, right? So let's now solve the questions. Which prime minister has served the longest term in office? We have already seen that it is A. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It is 16 years and some days, right? Who was second? It was Indira Gandhi who was second. Who is third? It is Narendra Modi who is third, right? So he is first, Indira Gandhi is second, Narendra Modi is third. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was never the Prime Minister of India. Question number two. Which Prime Minister gave the slogan Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan? Right? So this was none other than Lal Bahadur Shastri who gave the slogan Jai Jawan and Jai Kisan. So option number C is the correct answer. Which Prime Minister helped open India's economy to the world? So which Prime Minister helped open India's economy to the world? It was option number B, P.V. Narasimha Rao, right? So it is option number B. Which prime minister was the youngest to assume office? So who became prime minister at the youngest age, at the age of just 40. Who was that? It was option number D, Rajiv Gandhi, right? Question number five. Who served as acting prime minister twice? It was none other than Gulzari Lal Nanda, right? He did assume office for as acting prime minister twice. Once when Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru passed away, and second when Lal Bahadur Shastri passed away. Both of these prime minister passed away when they were in office already, right? And then that is when Gulzari Lal Nanda became the acting prime minister of India. Who is known as the Iron Lady of India? It is none other than C. Indira Gandhi. So none of them have been the Prime Minister of India, but yeah, they are not called as the Iron Lady. Iron Lady of India is Indira Gandhi. Whose birthday is celebrated as Children's Day? It is Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, right? It is celebrated on 14th November. Why? 14th November is the birthday of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He used to love kids, and that is why on his birthday we celebrate as Children's Day. Question number eight. Who gave the famous speech Tryst with Destiny? So it was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru who gave the speech Tryst with Destiny. And when did he give? He gave it on 15th of August 1947, midnight, when India got independence. Question number nine. Which prime minister nationalized big banks? Sorry, this is not bug banks. This is big banks, right? So, which prime minister nationalized big banks in India? It was Indira Gandhi who nationalized big banks in India that helped farmers, poor people. It had its own demerits as well. So, not everything was positive, but it also, the positive where it helped farmers and poor people to have bank accounts at that point of time. And question number 10, where does the Prime Minister work from? The Prime Minister works from option number B, New Delhi, right? So these are 10 questions that I thought, I would put in front of you. Just go to the comment section, let me know how many of these you got correct, right? And hopefully, you have learned something new today. If you want to learn more on President of India, you can go to my YouTube community, become a member, and you will be able to learn as well there as well. Other than that, I put a lot of posts on fun maths, logical reasoning, general knowledge. Then I do a lot of crossword puzzles, etc., etc. All of it uh, are designed in a way that it helps you grow, and that is where that comes in handy, right? So if you want to be a part of that group, we just be join the membership. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give this video a like, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and we will meet, or I will meet you in the next video. Till then, thank you. Jai Hind.